Good morning. It is May 20th, 2022, and this is my spring update of the garden in the Verde Valley of Arizona. It feels like summer is coming quickly. We put the shade cloth up, and I'm going to give you a little tour and show you what's growing and what's new. So, in our first bed here, we have our melons. Our watermelons did great last year, so we are repeating that. In this little bed here, we have got Roselle hibiscus, and that also just went in. Over here, we have artichoke, which I started from seed about 1.5 years ago, and now it is harvestable and delicious. This little bed is tomato and sunflower. This is our first full year of doing the garden 12 months in a row, and so I've been doing a lot of rotating of crops and getting things in early and playing with different times. So this whole bed here, last year was all squash. This year I put in corn really early, took a risk in I think early March, but it's coming up, it's tasseling, we're even getting silks. So I have a feeling we're going to be getting some ears of corn. Here's one that's forming actually pretty soon. So that was kind of a gamble that may be paying off. Lots of volunteer sunflowers. And here's some of the winter squash coming in. We have a bunch like spaghetti squash, kabocha, pumpkins, all kinds of stuff. So those did amazingly well last year, and I'm looking forward to having those again. Okay, this bed just went in. This is okra. I didn't have a lot of success with it last year, but I'm going to try again. There are 3 different varieties I'm trying out here. And this bed is peppers, bell peppers and poblano mostly. Few eggplants over here. Eggplant did amazingly well. I've got a few new types. This one's kind of cute. This is a little fairy tale eggplant. They're purple and white. Looking forward to those. This bed is garlic. So the garlic was planted, the cloves were planted in October of last fall, and then they overwinter, and now they are basically ready to harvest. So I pulled the irrigation off, and I'm letting them dry up, and then I'll pull them out and cure them for about 2 weeks to dry, so hopefully they can be stored and used for a long time to come. And over here, tomatoes. Again, another crop I didn't have a ton of success with, but I'm going to keep trying. There's a few different varieties. I actually, last fall, I bought some local ones from the farmer's market here, saved the seeds, and I'm hoping those will do better than the ones I brought with me. Okay, the next bed, we have our summer squash. This is mostly crookneck and zucchini, since those are the ones we like to eat the most, and that's actually starting to put on some fruit. This bed over here is sort of experimental with beans and peas because, again, peas and beans are difficult here because it's cold and it's hot and they're sensitive. So I'm just going to keep trying until I find the variety and the timing that works. Here's a few of the garlic that I pulled up to test. See, this one, the cloves are starting to come apart, which means that one's actually a little over. So that's why I am going to be harvesting all of it pretty soon. Even though it's a little early, I was told June, but it's May and it's ready. This bed that looks empty is sweet potatoes. So hopefully some vines will be coming up soon. There's some arugula that is going to seed, so I can save the seeds. This is our pomegranate tree, and I've been giving it lots of fertilization and mulch, and it's covered in flowers. So hopefully we'll actually get that. So many. There's a little fruit starting. But yeah, the tree is very happy. Hopefully we'll get an actual harvest of that. Over here, another bed of eggplant and peppers. This one looks a little more sad because I tried putting it in early and then it froze. Although I did cover it, they weren't very happy about it, and they're still kind of recovering. So that made a difference. Okay, the last bed over here is a little bit more summer squash and then cucumbers. I'm trying some of the munchers, and then the Armenian cucumbers, which are those huge ones, are excellent for hot weather. They did great last year, so I'm going to be doing a bunch more of those. And let's see, now I've got a few things that are new as of this spring, and one of them is over here. This is our new bee structure, and I currently have 2 hives that are active, and let's see if we can sneak up on them and take a look at what's going on. Lots of bee activity. So these are Italian bees, and we're just going to monitor them and see how they do. But that's always a nice addition to any garden, to bring the bees. And I've missed having them. It's been a couple of years. But they definitely needed shade because it's mighty hot here. Here's the structure. And we're going to turn the back of it into a shed. But they really needed to be, you know, southeast facing, so they get the first sun in the morning, but then when the sun comes up and over, they're protected from the hottest part of the day. It makes a big difference, and hopefully they will do all right there. Okay, the other new area we have is, this was where our propane tank was. Now the propane tank has been moved and buried, different tank, and so it opened up some more gardening area. What I've gotten here is a potato patch, and these were all planted in, I think, March, and they're doing really well. I think they're going to be ready to harvest in the next month or so. In fact, some of them are even starting to die back, and I might pick some soon. And these 2 barrels here are onions. Also went in, I think those went in February. Maybe the potatoes did too. But yeah, those are actually coming along, so that's kind of exciting. This is the persimmon tree, the Fuyu persimmon, and it is also covered in fruit starting, which is great. I love this stuff, so I'm happy that we're going to get more of those. Alright, our fig tree that is sad and came with the house, and we're trying to help, but it hasn't been doing particularly well. Compost. We've got these new 2 big bins that are pretty much dedicated to the chicken waste and garden scraps, and that's doing quite well. Been useful to have. It would be nice to be able to not have to use bagged compost. Along the outside are lots and lots of flowers. I've got some carrots under a little row cover over there because they did well there last year, so I'm trying again. And some echinacea, lots and lots of marigolds going to seed, some tomatillo. This is all kind of experimental along here just to see what will do well in this spot. It's a little bit of a challenging area. This artichoke volunteered here, so we've been keeping it happy, trimming it back, and it is really full of fruit. That's been great. Along here is flowers, more marigold, some hollyhocks are just starting to bloom, various other flowers, so pretty much just lots of experimenting, putting stuff in the ground, seeing what makes it, seeing what doesn't make it. This was all stuff that I started from seed, bee balm, a bunch of different types of daisies. So yeah, things are growing, things are doing well. I'll take you inside. You can see what's going on in the greenhouse, other than a disastrous mess. Okay. Greens, lettuce, lots and lots of bok choy. More lettuce. We eat a lot of salad around here. More lettuce, more lettuce, more lettuce. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is another composter. This is black soldier fly larvae, and they will break down absolutely anything. They will, fat, meat, bones, well, you know, meat that's on bones, any kind of scraps that you don't traditionally compost, they'll take it. They I'm going to open this up. It's kind of busy in here. Oh, look at them all. There's so many. They also, this is the benefit. They go up this little ramp, they fall into a container, and they make the absolute best chicken food. Fantastic. Super high protein. The chickens are crazy about it. Okay, back to plants. The lemon and lime trees are doing okay. You know, they're a little bit of work, but they're alive and flowering and hopefully will produce more fruit. Here's a little bit of chard. Peppers. So these were planted 2 years ago, and they are still producing tons of peppers, which is great. Same with this eggplant. This eggplant has been here for 2 years, and I'm still getting fruit, harvesting, you know, every couple of days, all year round. It's great. Another eggplant. A few more starts left that need to get in the ground. A little bit more hibiscus and strawberries. Tomatoes, I'm trying them in here just to see how they do compared to outside. See, there's some coming in. Those look pretty good. Cucumbers, that's an interesting thing for a greenhouse. This is a special type of self-pollinating cucumber here. It's been pretty good. Oop, hello. And let's see, tomatillos, more peppers, kale. Trying some blueberries in here because they haven't been very successful outside, and I think it's probably the dryness, so it's a lot more humid in here. We'll see. And then the herbs, the kumquat tree, and that's pretty much how it's going. I will do another update in the summer and we can see how all this stuff is going, but I'm very happy that it is our 1 year anniversary of getting all these garden beds in, and that I was successfully able to plant things for a full calendar year, even all winter long, in our zone 8B northern Arizona climate. So talk to you later. Bye bye.